Unit 0 notes, Math 1340, page number 6 and 7. Find in the equation of a line. Given the slope and a point, to find the corresponding equation of the line, first we substitute the slope into the slope-intercept formula, which says y equals mx plus b. M is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Step number 2, or we can substitute the given point into the resulting equation from step number 1 and solve for the y-intercept. And then we write the complete equation of the line by using the values we found from step 1 and 2. So from step number 1, we find the slope, and then substitute the slope into the formula, and then use the point given to find the y-intercept, and then substitute everything into the slope-intercept formula, the two values that we found from step 1 and 2. If you are given 2 points, x1, y1, x2, y2, instead of a point and a slope, then and both of these points lie on the line. To find the corresponding equation for the line, first we're going to label our points x1 and x2, x1 and y1, x2 and y2, and then we're going to find the slope m using the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, or the difference in y over the difference in x, or rise over run. After we find the slope, we're going to follow the steps that we followed in the previous method of having a slope and a point in order to find the slope and the y-intercept, and then we substitute the slope and the y-intercept into our equation. Let's see some problems here to practice the concept. Find the equation of the line with a slope of 2/3 and pass it through the point 6 and -3. So we have a slope, m is 2/3, and the point x1 and y1 equals 6 and -3. So since we have a slope and a y-intercept, first we're going to plug the slope into the slope intercept formula. The formula says y equals mx plus b. So that will lead to y equals 2/3 of an x plus b. Now, in order to find the b, or the y-intercept, we will need to plug the point. We need to plug the point into our equation that we found from step number 1. That means we're going to plug x and y into this equation. So if we do that, step number 2, we will have -3 equals, that is the y value, equals 2/3 times 6, which is the x plus b. And we want to solve for b here. We're going to use skills from linear equations to solve. So this will lead to -3 remains equals 2 times 6 is 12 divided by 3 is 4 plus b. We need to isolate the b because that is the variable. So we need to get rid of the 4. That is subtracting 4 from both sides of the equation. So we will get b equals -7. Which means our equation is going to be y equals the slope 2/3 of an x, and then plus the y-intercept. So we can say plus -7, or we could say immediately -7. And that is basically our equation. That answers the first question. Find the equation of the line that passes through the points 1 and 3, -2 and 5. First, we're going to label them x1, y1, x2, y2. Step number 1, we find the slope. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That is 5 minus 1 minus 3 divided by -2 minus 1. And that will get me 2/3. That is the slope. Now I'm going to follow the same steps in the previous one. So I will say step number 2, my equation is 2/3 x plus b. Now I will use the first point since it doesn't have a negative, it's easier. You can use the second one if you want to in order to find the y-intercept. So I will plug the first equation in. I will plug the y and x in place. So number 3, y is 3 equals, that's step number 3, 2 over negative 3 times 1, which is the x plus b. Now I'm going to solve this equation. So that will give me 3 equals negative 2 over 3 plus b. It doesn't matter where you put the negative. 2 times 1 is 2. And now all I want to do is to remove the negative 2 over 3. So I'm going to add 2 over 3 to both sides. These will cancel. And then I will have b equals 3 plus 2 over 3. Now when we add fractions, we have to have the same denominator. So I will put the denominator here 1 because the denominator of any integer or any expression is 1. Now in order to turn that 1 into 3, I need to multiply by 3, but I have to do the same in the numerator as well. So that will lead me to b equals 3 times 3 is 9 over 3 plus 2 over 3. Now when we add fractions, we only add the tops. We leave the denominator the same because the denominator tells us what type of fraction it is. So we just add the tops. When the denominators are the same, we can add the numerators. So to do that, we get 11 over 3. So that is the y-intercept. So now we have our equation, or the line of equation is y equals the slope, which is we found previously, 2 over negative 3 or negative 2 over 3. It doesn't matter where you put the sign as long as it tells you that the fraction is negative. X plus the y-intercept, which is 11 over 3, and that is the equation of the line for question number 2. Now, for question number 3, find the x-intercept and the y-intercept of the line that passes through the points 1 and 3 and negative 2 and 5. So the first step is to find the equation of the line. That's exactly the previous question, by the way. First step is to find the equation of the line. We already did that in step number 2. If you notice, we have the same points exactly, so there is no point of doing the work one more time. Now, in order to find the y-intercept, to find the y-intercept, we put x equals 0 and then solve for y. So if we do that, we will get y equals negative 2 over 3 times 0 plus 11 over 3. This will be eliminated. 0 because multiplying anything by 0 is 0. So we get y equals 11 over 3, and we assume that x is equal to 0. So the y-intercept is 0 and 11 over 3. That is an ordered pair x and y. We have to represent it in an ordered pair x and y. In order to find the x-intercept, we put y equals 0 and then solve for x. So that will be 0 equals negative 2 over 3x plus 11 over 3. Notice how we have a denominator of 3. So if we multiply everything by 3, we will eliminate that denominator. These will cancel, and then 3 times 0 is 0 equals negative 2x plus 11. We're going to solve. So the first step is to eliminate the number. We subtract it from both sides since it's added. And then we got negative 11 equals negative 2x. These will get eliminated. Then we're going to divide both sides by negative 2. These will cancel together. We have x equals, negative is going to cancel with negative 11 over 2. So the x-intercept is x is 11 over 2, and we assume that the y is 0, so 11 over 2 and 0. And that concludes Unit 0, which is basically a review for many concepts that you have gone through in the past. This is a good refresher. I would really encourage you and recommend that you actually go over the review before you dive into the rest of the material for this week. If you have any questions, let me know.